Hi everyone, welcome to Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and I'm Glow. And Richard's behind the camera. He's doing the camera work for us as usual. Hi Richard.
Hello, Miss Glow.
Thank you for helping.
Hello, Miss Glow. Here we go.
I appreciate it. Today I'm going to share a recipe with you that's very versatile. You can change it up and it's easy, and I prepare it ahead and have it in the refrigerator. And then it needs to stay in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. But today I'm putting this together for tomorrow night for dinner. And I call it Yummy Supreme Pizza Casserole. And tonight I'm doing it as a supreme pizza, but you can put whatever you want in as far as the type of pizza you like. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over the ingredients first. The original recipe I am using is from a community cookbook, but I've changed it up a lot through the years. And the main ingredient that she put in it was ground beef, but we really don't care for ground beef in our pizza. So I'm using Italian sausage, 1 link, and then I took the casing off, and I'm gonna break it up and cook it in this frying pan here that I have preheating. And to that, as that's browning up, I'm going to be adding mushrooms, green pepper, onion, and then I will, I think that's in olive oil to start with. And then we're going to be mixing the rest of it up in a bowl here. And in that bowl, there's going to be a very large handful of egg noodles. You can use whatever egg noodles you want, but I would suggest the hearty ones. Pepperoni I'm putting in, black olives, onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, pizza sauce, whatever kind you like. I have ragu on hand, so that's what I'm using. And so I'm going to be putting in the same amount of milk that I do the pizza sauce. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the sausage in here. I'm just kind of crumbling it up. This is a great recipe for a weeknight meal that you can do in advance, or if you were having company or to take to a party or whatever, everybody's going to like it. There we go. So I'm going to let that start to brown, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my veggies in here. There we go. And just put whatever you like on your pizza, and pick out also a meat that you really like in the brand. You know, this Italian sausage we really like, and again, I just used the 1 link. So we're going to let this continue to cook, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Well, while our sausage and veggies are finishing cooking here, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the rest. So it says 1 generous handful, but I'm going to be doing a little bit more than that. I think that's enough. So that's probably about 2 cups. And I was going to show you here. See these egg noodles? They're pretty hearty.
Yep.
All right, so then while this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead, and I forgot to mention I do red pepper flakes as well. But we like ours kind of spicy. If you don't like that spice, leave it out.
How many red pepper flakes is that?
Oh, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. If you want more than that, go for it.
Fine.
And then I've got some onion powder here. Garlic powder.
How much was that?
Oh, like 1/8 of a teaspoon of each of those.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have oregano leaves.
And how much is that?
Probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon. Oh, it smells so good. Reason I'm doing it to the meat mixture is so that it starts to bloom it. There we go. Smells delicious. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to add in the pizza sauce, and this one here is 14 ounce. So I'm going to just pour that right in this bowl. Then I'll take my milk, put it in this jar. The reason I'm doing it this way is so I can rinse this jar out and not waste.
How much milk was that? Let's go.
About the same amount as the pizza sauce, so about 14 ounces. There we go. And then we got our pepperoni, and that's about a half a cup. And what I do is I cut them up in small pieces like that. I just add that. And I've got some black olives, sliced black olives, and that's probably like a quarter of a cup. Remember, you just do what you think you and your family are going to like. Oh, I was going to tell you too, I did put about half of a tablespoon of the sauteing olive oil in this. Because this sausage is very lean. As you can see, there's no fat here. I'm not going to have to drain it at all. And then I've got mozzarella cheese that I grated. And then I also have fresh Parmesan cheese that I grated. You can add whatever cheese you like. Cheddar cheese is real good in this also. I may add some of that on top of this tomorrow when we're cooking it. So I'm going to go ahead and just stir this up. Turn my pan off. Now I'm going to put all of this in it. And there was nothing to drain. So, of course, if you're using meat that's fatty, then you probably would want to drain it. There we go. Mix this up. Doesn't that look good?
Looks good, Miss Glow.
Smells really good.
Yes, it does.
So I'm going to get a casserole dish to put this in. I'll be right back, and then we'll put it in there, and then it's going to be in the refrigerator until tomorrow night. See you back in a moment. Well, now we're ready to put this in our casserole dish. I did do the spray butter in the dish here. And let's go ahead and put it in. Oh, does that smell good?
Yes, it does.
I'm going to turn this so I can get the sauce out of it. Set that down. Now tomorrow, before you put it in the oven, we're going to check this to make sure there's still enough of the sauce here, because these noodles are going to be absorbing this. And since I'm going to have it in my refrigerator a little longer than the 4 hours, it may absorb, some more. I'm not sure. But you can always add more sauce, and smells wonderful. But anyway, I've got dinner made for tomorrow night, almost completely done, except for a side salad. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow before we put this in the oven. Well, everybody, I just returned from work about 20 minutes ago, and I've been preheating my oven. And when I turned on my oven, I took this out of the refrigerator so it could kind of warm up a tad. But anyway, look at this. It's soaked up, those noodles soaked up, some of that sauce. And now we're going to bake this in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour at 350 degrees. So I'll be back then, but what an easy dinner to have.
Do you have to add more sauce, Miss Chloe?
I might, and I'll check that as we're, progressing with this. I'll be grating some cheese, though, in the meantime, to put on top the last 15 minutes. So,
okay.
We'll be back. Hi, well, I just took this out of the oven, and let's take a look at it. I'm going to open it up away from us. Look at that. See how it's bubbling away?
It's a bubbler.
Yeah, so let's see here for the consistency. Oh, isn't that nice? Nice and
Looks
creamy, and it smells so good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to smooth it out again. This is going to be so good for dinner. And I'm going to put some cheese on. I have a mixture here of mozzarella and Parmesan and sharp cheddar cheese. And I just freshly grated it, and I'm just going to put some of that on top to melt. If you guys have never tried cheddar cheese and stuff like this, by all means, don't be afraid to do it. It is delicious. Just smoothing it out here. Being careful not to touch the casserole because it is hot.
Don't get burned, Miss Chloe.
No. That would not be fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the oven. Oh, and I did bake this cover the whole time, but I'm going to leave the cover off now for this cheese to melt, which will take probably 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be back and we'll have dinner here real soon. Well, look at this just bubbling away, and I got to tell you, this smells so good. This dish reminds me of sort of like a pizza lasagna. Those egg noodles that I put in here are very similar to like a lasagna noodle in a way, as far as texture. And it is just delicious. So now we need to let this cool a little before we can sample it. And I'll be back after it cools some so that I can sample it for you. But, oh, it smells so good, doesn't it, Richard?
Yes, it does. I'm ready to eat.
Yep. So anyway, we'll be back in just a little bit. Well, look at this, you guys. I just took this up. It smells delicious.
Yes, it does.
So let's go ahead and sample this. Mmm.
Don't burn your tongue, Miss Chloe.
Mmm. That Italian sausage in this is so good. Here's a pepperoni and black olive. I'm going to try that. Mmm. And now for a noodle. Mmm. Oh, this is so good. I can just eat this whole plate. Anyway, as you guys can tell, this was a super easy dish to make. Do it the night before or in the morning, and when you are ready for dinner, you pop it in the oven for about an hour, all said and done, and you have a wonderful dinner. You can serve this with a side salad and some breadsticks if you wanted, or some garlic bread would be delicious with this as well. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. Give me a like and a thumbs up, or a double thumbs up, because this definitely deserves it. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later. Bye.